Today is the last class for this study group, so we'll try to make the full use of it. And also, after the chanting, we will have a group photograph. So our program today is we will start with the chanting. Then after that, we'll go through the last chapter, which is on Bhagava. Then after that, we will do the recollection of our past lessons, and then after that, we will do a reflection by everyone on what you have learned from this study group. Yeah. So let's begin with the chanting by this sister Gilhua.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. But the thing you have to show the slides.
Yeah.
Everybody ready?
Yes.
Pay homage to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Let's take refuge in the triple gem. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami. The 5 precepts, Brother
Do
Him.
the five precepts.
Oh, sorry.
Taking 5 precepts, Panchasila, Anatipata, Veramani, Sikapadang, Samadhiyami, Adina Dana, Veramani, Sikapadang, Samadhiyami, Kamesu Michachara, Veramani, Sikapadang, Samadhiyami, Musawada, Veramani, Sikapadang, Samadhiyami, Surameraya Majja Pamadatthana Veramani Sikapadang Samadhiyami. Buddhanusati. Itipiso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vijjacharana Sampano Sugato Lokavidu Anutaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati Tattha Dewa Manusanam Buddho Bhagavati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Sister Greyhawk. Okay, now let's go to the last lesson, which is on Bhagava. So the thing is, this Bhagava, the words, the English words is the blessed one or the exalted one, and it's a term to signifying the respect and veneration accorded to him as the highest of all beings, and also because of his special qualities as follows. He is blessed with omniscient knowledge, and he is also blessed with auspicious qualities. And furthermore, he is blessed with the skill in analyzing and classifying dhammas. Also, he is blessed with the 10 powers of a Tathagatas. And finally, he's blessed with 6 mundane dhammas. So we go into each detail. The first one is, we call him the Blessed One or the Exalted One. This one is because the Blessed One has realized omniscient knowledge and wisdom under the tree of enlightenment, which brought blessing to all beings. Omniscient means he is all-knowing. He knows whatever things that need to be known in this world and beyond. And then the second one is, he's blessed with auspicious qualities. And the following are the auspicious qualities that he has attained. He has uprooted all the mental defilements, and he also has crossed the ocean of samsara and landed on the shore of liberation. And he has made an end of any kind of becoming or existence. He has developed fully virtue, concentration, and wisdom. And he has obtained mundane and as well as super mundane bliss. He also have this very special analyzing skill and in classifying the dhammas into wholesome or unwholesome, and then into the 5 aggregates, into the 6 sense bases and the 18 elements, into the 4 noble truths, and into the 5 sense faculties, and lastly into the dependent origin. And the Tathagata also is blessed with the 10 powers as follows. He knows the possible as possible and the impossible as the impossible. What does it mean by possible and impossible? That means he understands the exact underlying conditions and the causes determining why things will happen and why things will not happen in the future. And then the second one is, he knows the result of action undertaken in the past, present, future with possibility and causes. This is called the knowledge of the retribution of actions. The third one is, he knows the ways leading to all destinations. That is, he has realized that the way the birth of any person take place based on the condition and factors, and which will lead them to the birth in the heavenly world, in the human world, or in the lower worlds. And then he also understands the world with its many and different elements. So here he knows how worldly beings match up and attach to one another, how the ignoble are attracted to and mixed with the ignoble, and how the ungrateful are attracted to and mixed with the ungrateful, and the bad attracted to mix with the bad, and the good with the good. And then the last one is how beings have different inclination. So this one, what he realizes and understands how within the diversity of beings there are various types of behaviors, desire and emotion interact and mix together. And then the sixth one is the disposition of the faculty of other beings or other persons. That is, he has knowledge of the way leading to their various destiny and their potential to realize or not realize the Dhamma accordingly. And then the seventh is the defilement, the cleansing, and the emergence in regard to the jhana, liberation, concentration, and attainment. That means this one, what he did is, then the eighth one is, he is able to recollect his manifold past life. So when he achieved enlightenment, he can recall boundless of his past life. And then the number 9 is with the divine eye, he see beings passing away and reappearing according to their actions. So with this is the knowledge of death and rebirth. So he realized how those who collect demerits go to lower worlds and how those who collect merits go to the heavenly worlds. And the last one is he enters upon and abide in the deliverance of mind and delivered by wisdom that are taintless with the destruction of the taints. This is the this one will let this through his wisdom how one can eradicate all the defilement and thereby attain arhatantships. Then he also blessed with the 6 mundane Dhamma. So the first one is the Buddha has unsupportable lordship of his mind. That means he has control over his mind in the perfect way. The second one is doctrine. The Buddha knows the 9 supramundane Dhammas, which make up of the 4 paths and the 4 fruits, which is pala, and the Nibbana itself. And third one is the Buddha frame is spread throughout all the 31 planes of existence. So it's whether it's lower realms or up to the Brahma, his fame is well known throughout. And the fourth one is the Buddha has glory in physical form. This one is because he has this 32 marks of a great man. This one is explained in detail in the Digha Nikaya 30 under Lakkhana Sutta. And here he really explained in detail each auspicious mark in his body. And one of the few, like for example, just take up a few important, like for example, the sole of his feet, there is this symbol of wheel with 1,000 spoke complete with fellow and hub. So we can see that it's so special. Only a Tathagata will have this. And also his complexion is bright and with color of gold. And then his skin is so delicate and so smooth that no dust can adhere to his body. And then for a normal person, we have only 32 teeth, but he has 40 teeth, which are all even and no spaces in between. And he also have a Brahma-like voice, which are so soothing and pleasing to hear. And his eyes are deep blue. These are some of the points out of the 32 marks. So if you all want to find detail, you can go to that Sutta Digha Nikaya 30. That side they explained in detail. Then wish the Buddha could successfully accomplish his task as he wished. That means when he set up to help somebody he will be able to achieve what he intends to do. And the last one, efforts. The Buddha never felt weary of guiding others to enlightenment. From the time when he teach to the 5 disciples until the last disciple, Subhada. And even his dying moment, he even able to utter the last teaching where he mentioned all conditioned phenomena are subject to decay. Strive on with fullness. So up to the last moment, he still make an effort to give guidance and advice to all. So that's all for all this the qualities and the special ability of the Buddha. That's why he was termed the blessed one. So now what we do is can we discuss on this Bhagava, what you have learned? What have you learned from the attribute of Bhagava? Is there anybody want to share? Just a brief one. Maybe Brother Tisilim?
Hello, Namo Buddhaya.
Yeah.
Hear me? The Bhagava with all the blessings is very inspiring, and each of the quality, I think the more important is how these qualities of the Bhagava, these blessings of the Bhagava, inspire us to walk the path. For example, the last part, effort, the Buddha never felt weary of guiding others to enlightenment. So in our Dhamma Duta work, as fellow Buddhists, we should not get tired of working for the sasana, okay, until the last breath of our life. So that is the kind of inspiration we could get from the Buddha blessings. And just like going backwards, like wish and helping others to abstain from evil, to do good and purify the mind for one's own benefit and for the benefit of others. So our wish in walking the path is not only for our own good, but also for the good of others. So that is very, very uh, uh, criteria that we need to take note, that each time we do anything, we consider both ourselves and others. I think that's enough. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
simple
Well said, Brother Tisilim.
May I also join, Brother
Yeah,
Heng?
sure.
Can you maybe unshare so that we can see each other's face? Yeah. So good morning, brothers and sisters of the Dhamma. As usual, I like to read one passage from the book. This book that we have, this book, yeah. So if you have the book, can you please turn to page 169? And I think it's good that we read together. In his lifetime, the Buddha searched for the truth, realized the truth, and expounded the truth. We may recollect the Buddha's boundless compassion towards all beings, his relentless endeavor guiding himself and others across the ocean of rebirth, his perfect equanimity towards praise and blame, his patience for forgiveness towards misguided people, his restraint of body, speech, and mind through mindfulness, and his freedom from defilement through wisdom deliverance. When we recollect this virtue of the Buddha, we will be inspired to do good. So I think this passage is very important. It summarizes the virtue of the Buddha, right? So I thought I shared this part here. And I have one question, maybe to the class. What is the difference between the Bhagava and Buddha and Tathagata? Maybe the class can discuss this.
Yeah.
What is the difference between Bhagava, Buddha, and Tathagata? Anyone can answer this? What is the difference between the Bhagava? The term, I'm talking about the words that we use. When we say Bhagava, then when we say the Buddha, and we say Tathagata, what are the difference in meaning of these three words?
Offhand, I'm not sure whether it is right or not, but offhand, Bhagava is what Brother Heng mentioned just now. Okay, that is the blessed one with all the blessings. okay, and that the Blessed One has lah, okay, and Buddha. Just now I say Buddha, right?
Yes, yes, I said
Buddha
Buddha.
is more to the quality of Buddha, okay, the quality of being awakened to the Four Noble Truth. And Tathagata, I think, is more to the quality of Sugato, that the Buddha has actually gone through all the phases, okay, from being a bodhisattva through yawns and yawns of perfecting his parami, and also his last rebirth as a human, and how he worked towards his enlightenment. That is it. So he has actually, it's not something that is theoretical, it's something that he has personally went through the whole phase, okay, journey right from the start until the end. That's why it's so beautiful in the beginning, in the middle, and in the end. I hope I may be wrong. Thank you.
Well, I have my interpretation also, but before I say my how to say what I know, maybe we can hear from the others in the class, other brothers and sisters in the class. Brother Heng, you're mute.
I say any other brother and sister that want to try. There's no right or wrong answer. Just yeah, just from our own understanding. That's most important.
Hello, brothers and sisters. Can I try?
Yeah,
From
sure.
what I understand, when the Buddha is referring to himself, he will use the term Tathagata. Am I right to say that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what. Yeah,
That's all from me.
yeah, that's right. So maybe now I say what I know. Bhagava for the Buddha. That means all the Buddha that has appeared are called the blessed one, the Bhagava. And the term Buddha, as we know, he has already awakened. He has saw the Four Noble Truths. He has awakened to the reason why we suffer and all those the mechanics of the reason why we are born, die, and born again and die. So he has awakened to that. So he's called the Buddha, the enlightened one. And Tathagata. The word Tathagata means go forward. So like what Sister Young mentioned, the Buddha will not say I. He never used the word I. He said Tathagata. That means when he is referring to himself, he said that Tathagata was there, or the Tathagata can do this. So he called himself the Tathagata. The word Tathagata means has gone forth, like what Brother TCD mentioned. Tathagata is a person who has gone forth, has crossed the ocean of samsara to the other part. So that's why he's called the Tathagata. He called himself the Tathagata. So this is my understanding. I hope I hope I got it correctly.
Yeah, I think from what your three mentioned, I can summarize like this Bhagava is like we are addressing the Buddha personally. Then like for Tathagata, he himself addressed himself. And then the Buddha is, we refer to that special being, or reference to that, a reference. Yeah. Any more? If no, we'll go to the next question is, which attribute of the Buddha speak to you the most? Which attribute of the Buddha speak to you most? That means which attribute of Buddha really can relate to you most? Yeah, anyone want to try?
Brother Heng, you have to call their name. Normally I call their name.
Brother Stephen, maybe you can try.
Sister May can have a go.
Just try, no harm.
Yeah. They all impressed me a lot. All his attributes impressed me a lot. It's his attributes are. You can go.
Yeah, for me, I think Sammasambuddho speaks a lot to me. For the reason that it gives me a lot of encouragement to strive on when my energy levels are low. When I think of all the many lifetimes the Buddha has been through, and all the, even in his final life, all the energy and determination has shown to actually do this for all of us out of compassion of his compassion of all living beings. To me, it's very inspirational. And what I do is really very minute compared to what he has shown us that can be done. So Dhamma Sambuddho speaks very loudly to me.
So these terms really make you feel that, that it can relate to you.
It gives me a lot of encouragement. And so when I feel sort of lazy or down, I sort of feel, well, I must at least try a little bit to have a fraction of what he has got to sort of walk on the path myself. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, sister. What about Sister Veronica? Very quiet.
Okay, for me, maybe arahang, because from all of the qualities, I think arahang is the one that maybe I know quite in detail. So for me, I more relate to arahang myself. That's brother.
Okay, thanks,
Brother
sister.
Heng, can I try?
Yeah, sure.
Actually, all the 9 attributes of the Buddha, I noticed that Vijacharana Sampanno, the endowed with knowledge and conduct, is quite suitable for me. Is because last time I'm imagining, before I knew about Buddhism, I admire a lot of those with when they say about psychic power. So this Buddha got a lot of knowledge and psychic power, right? So, but after learning a few years after learning Buddhism, I noticed that okay, they say there's a lot of meditation that we can gain through samatha and vipassana. But then somebody told me that if you have samatha, you won't get out of this samsara. So if you practice vipassana, then you will gain enlightenment if you strive harder lah. So that is I think these attributes means more to me. That's all. This is my sharing. Thank you.
Hi, this is Andrine. I would also like to share. Actually, I also having this. Actually, the 9 attributes is also very important. But also Vijacharana Sampanno, endowed with knowledge and conduct, is I think lay people are more easily to cultivate, especially like restraint of the 6 senses, right effort, sense of shame, all these actually encourage us to cultivate during our this lifetime within our capacity, within our ability to straighten our views and to really seriously put the right effort to cultivate. This is something I think is very doable in this lifetime. So this is something that I'm looking forward to do and to sharpen the cultivation. So this is what I find is very meaningful to me. That's my sharing. Thank you.
Thank you, sister.
Ibrahim, I would like to share too.
Yeah.
All right. So if asked to choose which attribute that the Buddha speaks to me most, I would choose number 7. Satta Deva Manusana, teacher of course of man, or spiritual teacher for divine beings and human beings. Why? Because number 1, this Sama Sambuddha is so super duper being that he could even go to the Deva realms to preach to the Devas. Number 1, he could preach to the Devas. Number 2 is that as the Buddha decided to teach, to be a teacher. He could have been, living in the caves or the mountains and be a Pacheka Buddha. But he decided to teach. And because of that, we have the opportunity to learn the Dhamma and how to follow in his footsteps. So for me, this Satta Deva Manusana, it really resonates with me because of him, I have a refuge in life.
That's good. Thanks, sister. Any brother, sister that want to share? Okay, Sister Siong.
Okay. I think the quality of the Buddha that really speaks most to me, I think it's Sugato, in 2 senses. One is in the mundane sense. One is in the meaning of Sugato itself. The meaning of Sugato roughly is about the Buddha coming forthrightly and going forthrightly. And when we think of it this way, it's actually talking about experiential. So it's inspiring to me in that sense that all of us, we actually want to be able to experience what the Buddha has experienced. Like he has come forthrightly, he has gone forthrightly. So roughly in that sense, it speaks to me. On the mundane sense, I think when we were doing the lesson on Sugato, I think there was a chapter when I read most about it. And also I can remember a lot about what we learned during that lesson. We were talking about the paramis, and then I remember Brother Stephen sharing with us the chanting of the paramis. I can still remember the tune, so I can remember very well of all the qualities. And another thing I want to share is back in the past, we were taught to chant Itipiso when we cannot concentrate. So chanting Itipiso that time was a way to help us to be able to concentrate. But with this Dhamma Study group, actually we are learning much more about each quality of the Buddha. Actually, for every quality, there's actually a lot of depth to it, and there's a lot of knowledge to be gained. And here I want to express my gratitude to AVMC for initiating this Dhamma Study group, and also to everybody in this group, beginning with Brother Bucks, Sister Veronica, for your metta and your leadership in leading this group, and to Brother T.C. Lim for sharing your vast knowledge, and to everybody else who have asked questions, who have given comments, and have helped me to learn a lot. Sadhu.
Thank you. Thank you, sister. Yeah, so the next, yeah.
John?
Yeah, John.
Anybody
John
else?
wants to speak.
Okay, I say, okay, I think we cannot discriminate any of the attributes. Every attribute have its beautiful characteristic. Personally, I think it's more relevant to me. I think it's Arahant, because Arahant means is the killer of all the defilements, means all the kilesa. So why during our practice we face a lot of hiccup here and there. So those are 5 hindrances. So how are we overcome the 5 hindrances? Means those are the kilesa, our defilements that we have to overcome first in the very first place. Then only we can proceed in the practice path. So I think the quality of the Arahant, that's to me is more practical and relevant. But we cannot discriminate others' quality as well. They are equally important. So that is my point of view. Sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, John.
So,
Can I add in?
Yeah, sure.
Today I'm a student, so I also want to play a part of a student. But before that, I want to thank Sister Siong. Remember in the WhatsApp group, I request for someone to help to convert the video into text, so that Sile can use it during the year-end retreat. And I'm very pleased to say that Sister Siong has stepped forward, and she's going to do that translation and the transcript of the video into text, and that's a lot of work. That's about more than 1.5 hours of work. And let's join me to thank her. Thank you, Sister Siong. That's a lot of work. Okay, now for me, the 9 attribute of the Buddha, like what John say, we shouldn't discriminate. But I tend to resonate to the 8th attribute more, Buddha. Buddha is the Buddha that found the form of the truth. So he is someone who has saw the suffering, the cause of suffering, and that suffering can be ceased, and also a formula that we can practice to get away from this samsara world. Now, when I was a young boy, not say young boy, when I was a teenager growing up as an adult, I had a lot of quarrel with my brother. I look at my brother as someone who is greedy and someone who is very full of anger. And at that time, I don't know about Buddhism. I was very curious about the mind, because everyone has a mind. I knew at that time that the anger all comes from the mind. So I've been searching for many years, for this answer, until when I'm much older, when I have already my children at the age of 41, then only I contact with Buddhism. So when I contact with Buddhism, then I listen to the Dhamma talk, and then I realized that 2,500 years ago, there was someone who could understand the mind so well. And I studied deeper, then he could, he revealed the four. I understood the Four Noble Truths, and that answered the question that I've been asking for a long time. And then and then that also helped me personally, because I was a businessman, and then it was very tough to do business. But then I used my thinking mind, and I was able to create certain product, knowing that we have a lot of potential in our mind. And I became a successful, not to say successful, I was able to make a living out of being an inventor. In fact, just today I received another award from Canada. And at this age, I feel I have learned so much just from the Buddha himself, the potential of our mind. So that is something that I can really relate to the attribute of the Buddha. Yeah. So this is my sharing. You're muted, Brother Heng.
When you get first contact with Buddhism, and who is the first teacher? Just curious.
Yeah. I first I live in Klang. Then when I moved to Petaling Jaya in 2001, I don't know anything about the Dhamma, and my children are growing up. So I told my wife that we as parents we don't know how to teach our children that well. So I told her to go and look for Sunday school. I said never mind the four major schools Islam, Hinduism, Christianity, Buddhism, because at that time I don't know the Dhamma. Then she found a house in Bandar Utama that has teaching the Buddhism, and then I brought my tuition my two children there, Bandar Utama Society. At that time we were just operating from a corner house in sometime in October 2001. And the people there say, okay, children go upstairs, to the class, and daddy and mommy sit down, we want to talk to you. So then I sit down there. As I sat down there, then there was this monk, there was this monk then talking about the mind. So then suddenly I hear the story, the thing that I want to hear. And then next week again, same thing. Then there was another speaker. And then next week again, there was another speaker. So I was like I was looking forward to it every Sunday. So I was like a drug addict, I must get my fix every Sunday. So I attended the class. So that's where I learned the Dhamma. And after within the Dhamma is very difficult to understand. It took me a lot of time just to understand. So I have a small book, I bring a book, and then I write everything what the Dhamma teacher say, and I have to learn so much, so many Pali terms, So after 2 years, it took me 2 years only to understand. Oh, Buddhism like that one, and then only I can understand the head and tail, like what DC Lim say, is big, is good in the beginning, it's good in the middle, and it's good in the ending. So it took me 2 years to learn the Dhamma, and by about the 7th year after I know the Dhamma, then people started inviting me to give Dhamma talk, and I have also a Dhamma blog. I write my blog. It's called BuddhistBucks.com, and I have more than 1 million hits. So I get a lot of people expressing their thank and appreciation to me. Then I also get a lot of monks, thanking me. So then I knew it's good that I continue to learn the Dhamma. That's how I learned the Dhamma until today. So that's my life. Yeah.
Sadhu.
Brother Heng, you are mute again.
Yeah. Sadhu, brother.
Yeah,
It's a good journey.
Yeah, it's a long journey, and I became a Samanera in 2019. Yeah, and then during the event, the Samanera, it's something that I really want. Then when I was wearing the robe, I was very proud that I have this opportunity. Then when I was doing my arms round as I was collecting food, my tears just continued to roll, and my my nose was just running because I was so happy with joy. Then one hand I have to hold the bowl, and the other hand I have to wipe, using my bowl to wipe, and I can really feel the real joy. I have never felt that kind of joy before in my life. So I'm very much in the Dhamma until today. Yeah. So I used to have a lot of anger, but now my anger are all gone because I knew anger is not good. So the practice Vijaya Charana, that part also is very good. I knew what to do, the Noble Eightfold Path. So I think that's the way we should go. I mean, for me, that's the way I should go. So after seeing Brother Tisilim so learned, so I also decided to follow his path. So I'm going to sign up for the diploma course, which is going to be held very soon. So thanks to Brother Lim for helping me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curious, how we get to sign up through which?
Buddhist Mahavihara. So I went there to make inquiry. I want to know whether I need to be present during the classes. So now it's online because I live in Penang. So then they say now online. So online, okay, I can I can attend the class.
Yeah, I know they are starting a new class
Yeah.
for the diploma course.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take diploma. Then if I can, I will continue to take my bachelor degree as well. See how it goes.
Is this conducted by the Sri Lankan Pali University?
Yeah, done by the Sri Lankan Pali University.
I see. It's always recognized internationally.
Yeah, and I there's a fee I got to pay also, and there's also exam. I must sit for exam as well.
True.
What about to enroll for degree course?
Oh, yeah. Also,
Also
then
same.
maybe what I do is after I will share the link so everyone can go in and have a look. Yeah. So thanks to brother TC Lim for inspiring me.
Then we should ask brother TC Lim to share how he first in touch and how he managed to get deeply into Buddhism. Brother TC Lim, it will be good that you share your journey.
Just share what just now the course that Brother Bucks is and that he registered is actually affiliated with the Buddhist and Pali University in Sri Lanka. And many people do not know this. The Buddhist and Pali University in its founding years, is only open to the monastic. So only monks and nuns can study in the university. Okay, it was only in much later that the university opened its doors to the lay people. So this is one university that actually it's free, the classes are free.
How come I have to pay?
This one is all like in the form of dana,
Okay.
But actually it's free.
I have to pay there.
I think they only charge for
exam fee only, right?
No. I have to pay 1,200 for diploma and 3,300 for bachelor. Of course, the bachelor degree I'm not taking yet, but there's a fee to be paid. Ringgit. And that ringgit also, depending on the US dollar, it may go up and go down. So it's about 1,200 for diploma.
Okay. And another university is the University of Kelaniya. But Kelaniya is very expensive. Okay. It's a very prestigious university for Buddhist studies, but the courses are very expensive. Okay. In Singapore, the Buddhist library has conducted before. Okay. And I didn't join in because I couldn't afford it. So I joined Buddhist Pali University, free one. This is what happened. Okay, but I was very touched because when I went to the Buddhist library to inquire about the course, and I couldn't afford, and I happened to know one of the nuns there who happened to be a lecturer there, and I was very touched by her thoughts of helping me because she actually wanted to help me to look for sponsorship. Okay, so I was very touched lah. Okay, but it didn't went through. But then the thought of monastic helping me to look for people to sponsor my studies, I was very touched by that. Yeah. So I went back to Bangala Vihara. Okay. And it's free. And I was also touched by the principal. The principal, which passed away about 2 years ago, we call it Panteji in short. He was also very, I was inspired by him also, because I told him whether I could go direct to the BA course. I did not take the diploma at all. Okay, so he told me cannot, and then he told me the first thing he challenged me was, there's a special subject called Pali. You don't know Pali, you cannot go direct to the course. So, but I gave him a very good answer because I told him I studied Pali for more than 10 years. Okay, under certain, under my Pali teacher lah. Bante Venerable Dr. Sumananda, who is one of the very few Pali teachers who have degree in Pali. You don't find, you very hard to find someone who got degree in Pali, you know. Normally you have degree in Buddhist studies, but not in Pali. Okay, so he has a degree in Pali, and of course the principal know him, so he couldn't question me anymore. So the next thing he asked, he said, no, the university, you have to go from step to step. From one level, you pass, then you're eligible, go to the next level. Then I told Bante, I said, Bante, I also have intention to study for the 5 years diploma for the YMBA. That is the Young Men's Buddhist Association, which is also exam-based. It's only a diploma course and it's 5 years. And you have to pass every year in order to go to the next level. So that answers his question. I told Bante, your diploma course is 1 year. I'm taking 5 years. Isn't my 5 years diploma worth your 1 year diploma? Right? Then the next day, then I told him, I said, Bante, I've been learning Dhamma from a lot of teachers, and I also organized meditation retreat those early years with very some of the founding meditation masters like Pak Sayadaw, Sayadaw U Terjaniya, okay, which actually I invited to Metta Lodge a long time ago when I was in ESCO then. So I told him I met all these meditation masters, I learned a lot from them. So, and one thing that he could not, he agreed with me I said, Bante, first thing, this diploma or qualifications has no economic value. Okay, we cannot bring this qualification to go out to earn a living. People don't recognize it in the workplace. Okay, although the Pali University is recognized in Commonwealth countries, but as a career, it has no economic value. So I told Bante. Then the next thing I told Bante, if I don't qualify, I will not pass the exam because I need to take the exam. Okay, if I'm not good enough, I will fail, isn't it, Bante? You see, so even though I go direct, there is still not a shortcut. I still have to pass the examination. So Bante, think, he has nothing more to say. But so the only thing he told me that he has to, he will recommend me, okay, for the exemption from diploma to the university. So that was another, that uplifted my morale. First, the other one so expensive. Then, someone, a monastic came out, I will try to help you to look for sponsors. Okay. And then the next time I go back because no money, then I managed to get what you call exemption from the diploma because I'm going to sit for the YMBA diploma. Because I told him, I said, Bante, I'm staying in JB, you know how many hours I got to go to Singapore. Okay, I can go to KL and come back a few times because of the traffic jam. I told Bante, yeah, I say it's 5 years diploma. Just imagine, 5 years diploma. Then I got to take 1 more. And if you don't recognize my diploma, I got to take your 1 more year. It's already 6 years. 6 years plus 3 years BA, 9 years, plus another year MA, 10 years. I say, Bante, how old am I? By the time I complete, I have 2 legs on the grave already. That's why I study the diploma 5 years simultaneously because it was a blessing because the classes are held in the same temple. So I don't travel. In the morning, I join there, and then afternoon classes, and at night, it's still the same place. You see? So although it's different teachers, different lecturers, okay, and there's different institutions, so it's a blessing. Okay, and the journey was very experiential, because especially in the Buddhist and Pali college, because we have the monastic, sometimes we do have monastic who join in, and it's a different kind of feeling when you have Bante as your classmates, you know. Okay, as your classmates, not for 1 year, you know, sometimes for 3 years. So you know the Bante so well, no? So even though the Bante go back to the temple, is the chief, is no, the resident monk of the temple, the kind of relationship between you and the Bante is different, no? Hey Bante, we are classmates. So even though, you know, I mean, not in front of the public, so the relationship somehow is different, because we are classmates. We also form study groups. Okay, so it's an opportunity to have what we call fellowship with the monastic in a different scenario. Okay, I will not have that opportunity if I don't join the courses. So that was experiential. I think that's about it.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu,
Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Tisilim. It's a very interesting account of your spiritual life. We will try to emulate your step.
I just sent what is some information in the WhatsApp group. So if I can,
WhatsApp group.
if I can go to the office to PDF, then I will send again.
Because I'm asking also because my son is going to take. He wrote to them, no reply. Wrote twice already, no reply.
There is a lady by the name of Sister Kema. So it's here.
Oh, okay.
So
with this, maybe
you
because
text to
he
Kema.
wrote just generally like this. No, of course.
You text to Sister Kema, she will reply you. But she will take call before 5 o'clock because she's working. So after 5, then she will take your call. All right.
Okay. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is a comment from the sister Imawati in Palembang, Indonesia, on the chat box. Maybe Brother Heng, you want to read out to the class?
Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah. This from Sister Imawati. I read out. Suki Hontu all Kalyamita. I want to share about this class. I'm really amazed to know the 9 attributes of the Buddha from all this explanation. I have a new information about Lokavidu, that means knower of the worlds, because in my mind, I think the 3 worlds are Kama Vachara, Rupa Vachara, and Arupa Vachara Bhumi. But from this class, I know the 3 worlds are Sankara Loka, Satta Loka, and Akasa Loka. This class makes me get more information about Lokavidu. For subject meditation, I feel comfortable to use Araham. Araham here means the destroyer of enemies, Kilesa. Because until now, I feel very difficult to destroy the Kilesa. I really must take more concentration or sati to analyze object, Indra or Pacha Ravajana before I take the object Pancha Indra come into my mind and take an action or Javana. Thank you, Brother Bucks, Brother Tisilim, Brother Heng, Sister Veronica, and all Kalamita, because this class is very, make me open-minded to know about the 9 attributes of the Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Very appreciate it. That's good. So now the next topics I will invite Brother to bring us on the brief review of all the previous classes that we have attended, we have gone through. So can Brother now share your, I think. Brother, can you share all the review of all our previous class?
My turn, is it?
Yeah, turn. You have the slide. You have the slide.
No, I don't. I'm using handphone, so I cannot share anything.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not using computer.
So you want me to share the slide?
You can
Oh.
open the slide.
Okay.
So there's a recap for the previous class, right?
Okay. Can you see?
Only for previous class, right? The Buddha, right?
You
Buddha.
can
All the
You
previous class. All the previous class.
you can recap all the 6 classes.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, all. Yeah.
I only prepared for Buddha.
Oh, okay. Maybe we invite other.
Only
We can.
for the
Yeah.
previous class, because we have already gone through all the previous one, right?
Yeah, this is to recap lah. Now, mind you do whatever you can. Then the
Yeah.
rest we can ask other people. No
Yeah,
worries.
maybe we can ask any other people to share each one. Yeah.
Heng, I think you need the slides. Don't off the slide. Yeah. You go to number 6 first for John to do.
I just recap for the previous class first lah. Huh?
The previous one is, yeah, okay.
Buddha, right?
Yeah. The last one is Buddha.
Okay, there's a recap for the last class. There's a Buddha. What is the meaning of the Buddha? Buddha means there's a awakened one. So when we say awakened one, what does it mean? Awakened from what? So from the Buddha point, we all lay person, we are consistently sleeping, unconscious. When we say unconscious, it doesn't mean we sleep lah. We are just unconscious mind. In our mind, we are not conscious all the time. So it's similar to like we are sleeping all the time. Only occasionally we are awake, or occasionally we are conscious. So most of the time our mind do not know what we are doing. Even we are walking, we also don't know we are walking. When we are eating, our mind thinking of something else. That is the meaning of dreaming. We are all the time in the dreaming stage. So the awaken means the Buddha awakened from the dream of existence. So for a lay person, we think this body exists, is a permanent thing. So then because of that, that's why we feel the suffering. So the beauty of the Buddha, he awakened from this, and then he realized this suffering can be ended. So through his cultivation, he discovered the Four Noble Truths. So this Four Noble Truths is actually a solution for us to end our suffering. So what are the Four Noble Truths? The first Noble Truth is about dukkha. Dukkha means is the suffering. Then the second Noble Truth is about the cause of the suffering. The third Noble Truth is about the ending of the suffering. And last one is the path to end the suffering. So what is dukkha? In a simple term, we translate the dukkha as 5 aggregates. So the appearance of this body consists of nama and rupa. Nama means is the mental part of the body, and rupa means is the physical part of the body. So because of this appearance of this body, we become very attached to this body. So we assume this body is a permanent thing. And because of that understanding, that's why all this suffering appeared to us. We have the suffering of birth, we have suffering of aging, death, grief, lamentation, pain, sorrow, despair. And then we also have the suffering of associate with a disliked person, we have a suffering from a separation from the liked one, like one of the sisters shared when her son went for study in overseas, there's a separation from the liked one. And then we also have the suffering of not getting what we long for. So this suffering come to us because we have this so-called the body. This body is just a concept. It's not a permanent thing. And because of misunderstanding of this concept, that's why all this suffering come about. That is the noble truth of the dukkha. So then the Buddha found out, then the Buddha tells us, okay, let me explain a little bit of what is the 5 aggregates. Just now I said there's a body and a mental. So body means there's a rupa khandha. So this rupa khandha is simply just the 4 elements. So it's just a composed of fire, water, earth, and wind. So there's nothing permanent in this body. When we die one day, these 4 elements will separate naturally and it go back to the nature. Then there's a aggregate of the mental part. Then we have the Vedana, Khandha. Vedana means there's a feeling. So we have this feeling of pleasant, unpleasant, and a neutral feeling. And then furthermore, we have the Sanya Khandha. Sanya Khandha is simply just a function of perception. When we first look at an object, then we have this, our mental, there's a function of memorizing the object. That is called a Sanya Khandha. Then we have this Sankara Khandha. Sankara Khandha is simply just a mental formation, or we call it a mental action. So through this Sankara Khandha, that is where the karma generated, whether it's wholesome or unwholesome karma, and this is where the life continue one after another because of this Sankara Khandha. And then last one is the Vijnana Khandha. Vijnana Khandha is simply just a way, the consciousness of our mind, knowing the object. So these are 5 aggregates. Okay, then from these 5 aggregates, then we have all the suffering. Then the Buddha also tell us, explain to us what actually caused the suffering. There's a cause samudaya. There are 3 kinds of suffering in us. There's we call it kama tanha, bhava tanha, and vibhava tanha. So what is kama tanha? Kama tanha means it's an urge for pleasure. So we always looking forward for some pleasure, some happiness. Those pleasure, happiness is just a mundane happiness. It's a worldly happiness. So we always looking forward to make ourselves happy, and we go travel, we eat good food, we socialize with friends and so on. Then bhava tanha, there's an urge for existence. So we always cling to the body. We are afraid of dying. So we don't want to die because we think this body is permanent, is important. So we always try our best to keep alive. There's an urge for existence. And then also there's an urge for non-existence. So there are people who don't believe there's a future life. So there's the urge for non-existence. Okay. Then if any one of you learn from Bhante Punnaji, then the Bhante Punnaji will have a different explanation about the cause of suffering. So he would say suffering are actually caused by emotion. So the tanha he translate as emotion. Then to me, I think that's actually quite makes sense. Because of this emotion, we are not able to control our emotion. That's why we have all this suffering arises. So then we come to the third noble truth. There's a nirodha, the end of suffering. So how do we end this suffering? It's just simply by abandoning of the tanha. Means we do not cling to this body, the 5 aggregates. So in other words, mean is also elimination of emotion reaction. That is the explanation by Bhante Punajila. So then what is the way to end the suffering? There's simply the Noble Eightfold Path. So we have to walk the path in order to end the suffering. Okay, now we come to the Eightfold Noble Path. Noble Eightfold Path. So Noble Eightfold Path consists of three groups. We have a group of Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. So I think a lot of teachers will explain in this order. We have to practice the Sila, practice Samadhi, then we come to the Panya. But personally, I still think the order that given by the Buddha is still very important. Means we have to start from the Panya, then we come into the Sila, and come into the Samadhi. So to me, why I think the Panya, the wisdom is important in the very beginning, because to me, I think we have 2 levels of wisdom. One, we call it a mundane wisdom, simply just the understanding intellectually. So we have to have some intellectual understanding. For example, why do we keep precepts? So if we understand the precept, then we know what is right and what is wrong to do. So that is, we call it intellectual understanding. There's a mundane wisdom. And furthermore, then there is another level of wisdom. We call it supramundane wisdom. Through this supramundane wisdom can only attain through practice. That means we have to cultivate, to train our mind. So through the cultivation, then we start to see the 3 characteristics of phenomena. There's anicca, dukkha, and anatta. So from there, once we understand the 3 characteristics, then gradually we will come into the Nibbana stage. So in the Noble Eightfold Path, just now I said, I think the Panya, that the sequence that given by the Buddha is important. First is what is right view. So we have to start from the right view, meaning we understand. The right view simply means understand the 4 noble truths. So we know what is 4 noble truths. That is the dukkha, the suffering, what caused the suffering. There is an end of the suffering, and there's a way, the practical path to end the suffering. So understanding the 4 noble truths is a must, so that we do not have the wrong view of when we practice the Dhamma. So beside understanding the 4 noble truths, I think another very important part that we also need to understand, that is understanding of dependent origination. So during the Buddha time, I think there's one monk who misunderstood there is a permanent soul that is reborn or rebirth into this samsara world. So that's where the Buddha corrected him. There is no such thing as permanent soul. Everything arises, depends on cause and condition. That is, we have to thoroughly understand what is the meaning of dependent origination, so that we have a correct or a right view. That is the understanding that is also crucial to me. And then, as what Bante Punaji said, understanding emotion. Emotion is actually the culprit that is responsible for all the suffering for the life. So if we can eliminate the emotion, we understand the emotion, then that is where we start to eradicate all the emotion. That is where we stop the mind. Okay. Then second part is about the right thought.
John, I think
So-
I'll summarize. John, sorry, I think you got to summarize quickly, because there's so many things to cover. Yeah.
So we understand the right thought means we understand the importance of the precept. So once we understand, then we know how to control our emotion. Then there's two words that is important in this path. There's a word called reaction and response. So we react because we are unconscious. There's an emotion part. That's why we are reacting. If our mind is calm, we don't react, we are responding. When we are responding means we think rationally before we react. That is called a response. Okay. So once we have the right view and right thought in place, the following sila, there is a harmonic, there's a right speech, right action, and right livelihood will come in place automatically. Right. So we will speak the right thing, we do the right action, and then we live properly without harming the other beings.
John, I think we got to summarize it and.
Okay, then the last two, last three. There's a right effort. There's a systematic way of purifying the mind. So there's a four part of the right effort. There's a prevention. We prevent what is evil thought, unarisen evil thought. We eliminate what is the bad arisen thought in the mind. And then there's a cultivation. We have to cultivate the unarisen wholesome state. And then we maintain the arisen wholesome state. That is the right effort, right? Then we come into concentration. So concentration, to me, I think is simply talking about satipatthana practice. As we see the body awareness, sensation awareness, emotion awareness, and the thought awareness. So I think I cut short, so you all just go through by yourself what is satipatthana. And then lastly, once we practice the satipatthana correctly, then we come into the jhana. That is where the samadhi. So from the jhana, then we can proceed into a higher practice, where we go into the vipassana meditation. So that is the Noble Eightfold Path.
Okay. Thank you, Brother John, for your comprehensive recap of the previous class. So now can we have a quick run of all the earlier lessons? So
Brother Heng, I just want to add to what Brother John mentioned. We talked about the Noble Eightfold Path. So I just want you to bring your attention that there is such a thing as Noble Tenfold Path. Okay, refer to Tika Nikaya 18. Thanks.
No, come again, noble what?
Noble Tenfold Path.
Tenfold.
Yes.
Oh, extra two, brother.
What are the other two paths?
Huh?
What are the other two?
What are the other two? I gave you the Tika Nikaya number 18. If you want a fast one, I'll tell you. You start from right view, go to right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration, right knowledge, and right liberation. That's the 10 noble, 10-fold path.
And then I also want to add on to what John said. John just now mentioned that we should have wisdom first. No? Wisdom, then sila, and then samadhi. Well, I think there's a misunderstanding here. Wisdom has to come last. You know why? Because right understanding is different from wisdom. When we say wisdom, it's actually seeing the three characteristics of phenomena: the anicca, dukkha, and anatta. So that's wisdom. So we cannot see wisdom in the beginning. In the beginning, we start off with right understanding. That means right view of the Dhamma. So we have to study the Dhamma. So that part I don't quite agree with John.
That's why there's a different level of understanding. There's a mundane understanding and supra-mundane understanding.
Yeah, normally for sila, samadhi, panya are used for meditators. Then for those practitioners, then they use the Noble Eightfold Path, which is starting from right understanding, right thought, right speech, right action. So the part where you say you start with right wisdom, that one I don't agree. You cannot start with right wisdom. You're right. You start with right view, right understanding. That one I would agree with you. I mean, anyway, this is my thought. Because that's why you mentioned start with right wisdom. I think we cannot have right wisdom.
Yeah, in the 10-fold path, it ends with right knowledge. So that is the right wisdom. They call it right knowledge, samayana. And then you go to sama vimutti. That is your final liberation, right liberation.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Let's now go through the previous class from the beginning. Quick one. So whether anybody volunteer, so that is also a good way to recap of what you know. Quick one.
I volunteered to do number 7.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, since when we chant the Paticca Samuppada, we chant forward and now we go reverse order. So now we also go reverse order. Okay.
Satta Deva Manusanam.
Yeah, Satta Deva Manusanam. Actually, why it's called the teacher of gods and men? Because after hearing the Buddha's teaching, usually people are willing to give up their attachment to sensual pleasures and they walk the path towards liberation. So actually here, what does the Buddha actually teach? He actually teach us like in Dhammapada 183, okay, no evil, do good, and purifies one's mind. Okay, so the Buddha actually taught a graduated training, Anupupa Sika. Okay, Anupupa, a graduated training to the path of liberation. And that is found in the Chula Hati Padoma Sutta. So what is the graduate training to the path of liberation? Basically is what all of us know, Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. And that also you can break it down into the Eightfold Path. So Sila, everything, Sila is a foundation. Okay, that is why Metta Lodge focuses on Upasata, on observing Sila, back to basics, because without Sila, we cannot proceed to Samadhi. That is our practice of meditation and hopefully to gain enlightenment by getting into Panya. The Buddha is also the teacher of gods. Okay, examples, the Buddha went to Tawatinsa heaven out of filial piety, taught the Abhidhamma. okay, to the mother who has actually reborn as a male Deva in Tawatimsa heaven. And also in the Mangala Sutta, okay, the Deva will come in the middle of the night to seek advice from the Buddha. So the Buddha is the teacher of gods and men, okay, because the Buddha is like a caravan leader, getting everyone to cross the ocean of samsara and reach a land of safety and bliss. Okay, finish.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
you.
And also I just to add, he also regularly meet Saka. Saka used to go and see him also to ask for advice. And there's one very long discourse called Saka Question, where it detailed what question Saka posed to the Buddha and Buddha answered. Okay, next we will.
Sorry, Brother Hing. Can I clarify something with Brother T.C. Lim?
Yeah, sure.
Just now he mentioned about Buddha going to Tawatimsa to preach Abhidhamma to his former mother. I thought Abhidhamma was something that a teaching that came after Buddha's time. No?
Okay. It depends on how you look at it, because different schools of Buddhism have different understanding. But as far as Theravada Buddhism is concerned, okay, Abhidhamma was taught at Tawatimsa heaven. Okay, it was first taught, the Buddha first actually contemplated on the Abhidhamma is during the 4th week of his enlightenment, where he contemplated on the Patana and the rays, the 6-color rays came out from his body. Okay, and the colors are actually found in the Buddhist flag. Okay, that is accepted by Theravada school of Buddhism.
So in other words, Brother TC, the Abhidhamma that Buddha taught is the same set of Abhidhamma that we are learning today?
Okay. The Buddha actually during his, he got to come down for alms. So he got a double body. So he came down and Venerable Sariputta will offer alms food to the Buddha, and the Buddha will give him the topics that he had taught the previous day. Okay, and he actually gave the topics in terms of matika, metrics. Okay, so but Venerable Sariputta is full of wisdom, even though the Buddha just gave him the metrics and matika. Okay, the Venerable Sariputta is able to understand it and came out with the Abhidhamma teachings. Okay, but actually, and then the Sariputta taught to his disciples. Okay, and actually sometimes people say that why the Abhidhamma was not being mentioned in the first Buddhist council. It's because Abhidhamma came under the Dhamma, okay, in the beginning, because it did not separate out. Okay, the Abhidhamma that we are learning now, okay, is actually written by Venerable Anuruddha, okay, very much later. Okay, based on the teachings by the disciple of Venerable Sariputta. Thank you. That is Theravada view. Okay, other schools, other scholars have different view. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, and I confirm this because I just learned from Bante Badagoda Dhammadanda just yesterday, less than 24 hours ago. Thank you, Sadhu.
I also hear
Brother
the same.
Brother Tislim, I got one question. Just now I heard that you said Buddha's mother was born in Tawatimsa. I thought it's Tusita, right?
Yeah, sorry, my mistake. Tusita heaven.
Okay. Then another thing is why Abhidhamma was taught in Tawatimsa instead of in Tusita? Because the mother is in Tusita, why is it in Tawatimsa that he?
Because the Buddha wanted to, so that more and more devas, okay, could learn the Abhidhamma at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because the Devas and Tawatimsa cannot go up to Tusita, you know. Only Tusita can go down to Tawatimsa.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also heard from Bhikkhu Bodhi the same story that TC Lee mentioned. The Theravada schools believe that the Abhidhamma was taught by the monk, you know, after the passing of the Buddha into the Parinibbana, and it was a much later edition. So whatever we taught is actually written by the monks, the Sangha after the passing. So not during the time of the Buddha.
Yeah.
So in other words, sorry, in other words, the Abhidhamma, the source of the Abhidhamma is still from the Buddha, right? Not made up by monks or anybody. The source is still traced back to the Buddha, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, according to Theravada, yes.
Yeah, more so from Sariputta, because Sariputta was there to listen to the Buddha in Tawatimsa realm. So in Tawatimsa, I think it was 3 days, and over here on Earth is 3 months. So they left for 3 days, and then the 3 days the Buddha gave the discourse to the Deva in Tawatimsa.
I think even within the Theravada monk, there are monks who still don't believe Abhidhamma. They don't study Abhidhamma.
That is exceptional cases. That is considered personal view.
So I think Thai monk, especially, I think Thai monk, they don't emphasize that, Abhidhamma. So Abhidhamma is focused mainly in the Burmese, and I think also Sri Lanka.
I beg to disagree, because Thai monks do study Abhidhamma. But what is happening now is most of the Thai monks that we are in contact with, okay, are not missionary monks. They are actually forest monks. Okay, so forest monk focuses, their emphasis is on meditation in the forest. So it's a different pathway. Yeah.
The Abhidhamma are in 7 books.
Yeah.
So the Matika well explained in the 7 books.
Yeah.
So it is actually more for understanding of the mind. It is not like a practice. The Dhamma is actually the practice, whereas the Abhidhamma is more for intellectual to understand. So by understanding, then during our practice time, we can practice with a full understanding.
Because if you say that the Thailand do not ascribe to Abhidhamma, that means Thailand is not part of Theravada Buddhism, because Theravada Buddhism accept the 3 baskets. Okay, and the 3 baskets, okay, and the main Theravada countries include Thailand. So Thailand cannot come out with, say, we do not believe in Abhidhamma, we only believe in 2 baskets. So that is their personal school of thought, that is their personal view. Okay, nothing can be done about that. But as far as Theravada Buddhism is concerned, it is 3 baskets.
Tipitaka.
I think the confusion is mainly because I also heard from somebody like in my Alana, they were saying that whatever sutta Buddha teach will always be heard by this Ananda, and that's the agreement. Before Ananda take up as his personal assistant, he told the Buddha that I will always be with you and listen to the Dhamma. But if I'm not there, you should repeat what he has taught. So people were thinking that in that case, how come that Ananda don't utter it during the first council? But as what T.C. Lim was saying, because we need exceptional wisdom like Sariputta to understand this Abhidhamma. And the other thing is, why Buddha teach to the gods is because when he teach the Abhidhamma, he mentioned the text that he has to teach continuously, and no human will be able to listen continuously. You're talking about how many months, though? 3 months. But to the Deva, it's only just for a while only. And for them, they have a ability to, stay put without moving in one place and listening to the Dhamma, to that Abhidhamma. That's what I read from this Bhikkhu Bude book mentioned that.
My view is this: whether we accept Abhidhamma or not accept Abhidhamma is all personal. So
Yes.
if the knowledge of Abhidhamma helps you, then it's all the better. But if the Abhidhamma doesn't help you, then it's up to you to discard. So my view is this: I accept the Abhidhamma teaching because it resonates with the sutta, the Dhamma Sutta. Because it explains a bit more detail. For example, in Abhidhamma, we learn about the 89 citta and the 52 cetasika. And we know in detail so that, we can see why even Vedana, even those can see very much in detail. That's why Matika means it's like a mother. Matika is a name for mother. That it can born into children, and the children has a life itself. So the Buddha has a life itself. Sorry, the Abhidhamma has a life itself. So it's up to us to understand the Abhidhamma. But whatever happened or whatever it is, at the end of the day, we just got to discard it. Just like what the Buddha said, we use the raft to cross the shore. The minute we cross the shore, we have to let go the raft. So I'm learning the Abhidhamma. This I'm talking about my personal view. I'm learning the Abhidhamma is for my own knowledge. There'll be a time I have to let go, and I'm going to let go. So so it is how I feel that we should learn. We have to learn. Then at the day when we have to let go, we let it go.
I think we should cut short the Abhidhamma thing. We have many more to go.
I got one thing to add. According to the book, the Buddha and his teaching, it is written there during the first 20 years of Buddha's Vasa. On the 7 years, he went to Tawatimsa to teach Abhidhamma. So it's written there. So I don't know. I like Abhidhamma maybe. so I accept it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's.
It's recorded.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, sister. Let's go to the next earlier class. Number 6, Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati. Anybody want to share a quick one to incomparable trainer of those who can be trained? This quick one. Anybody want to just quickly, just briefly lead us through? Any volunteer? Pui Liu, Sister Pui Liu, you want to take us through?
Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati.
Yes.
Okay, he's an incomparable trainer for those who
can't hear you, sister.
yeah, because that's why I off my video, because my internet connection is not very good. So sorry, I would have lagging.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so incomparable trainer of those who can be trained and tamed, like horses. We can tame horses, and so human beings are also such that, or beings are also such that we can be trained and could be trained. But there are some who could not be trained and tamed. And Buddha has this superior quality of knowing everyone's inclination and temperament, can suit his teaching or his delivery to the temperament or inclination or level of understanding of the individual that is before him. So he could train anybody who could be trained or should be trained. That's how I understand.
Okay, thanks, sister. It's a good summary. Let's go to the next one. Lokavidu, knower of the world.
Okay, yeah, Brasis, I just do this short one, Lokavidu.
Okay.
Lokavidu, knower of the worlds. All worlds comprise only stressful phenomena. The Loka means world, Vidu means knowing or skilled in. The Buddha understands every aspect of the world, both mental and materials. by means of wisdom and knowledge. So the Buddha found the truth, the Dhamma, which he has been teaching. And it was actually to be found within the phantom long body in our form level, within the perception of mind of each being. So that's what it means, the knower of the world. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sister Andrine. You can next, fourth class, Sugato, well gone, welcome or well spoken. And any brother, sister? Or Yen Ching? Do you want to try, Sister Yen Ching? Sister Yen Ching, do you want to try?
No, I will not try. Thank you so much for
Okay.
asking. I get very curious on the mic. Yeah, open to others, please. Thank you.
Okay. Sister Sugan, or any other people? Alicia, Sister Alicia.
Alicia ni tak pandai lah. Tengah
Any
belajar.
apa lah,
Sorry.
whatever. Yeah, brief one, no problem.
No, I think you better pass. Pass it on.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. How about Sister Grace? Do you want to try? Sister Grace?
I try a bit. Okay, the word Sugato actually is Su means right, and then Gato is well gone. It's gone. So Sugato is well gone. Sometimes we will describe it as welcome. So the Tathagata, the Buddha comes, is welcome to the world, and then after his enlightenment, he left a lot of good knowledge to us. He taught us, out of his compassion, he taught us. And after he perfect his 10 paramis, and then he passed into Nibbana, and he's gone to Nibbana, enlightened, and then he passed to Nibbana. That's well gone. Anybody add on?
Yeah. Anybody want to add on?
Let me add on the welcome. I think the welcome means here the Buddha reborn in this world with a missionary that he wanted to preach the Dhamma, to enlighten all beings, not all beings, I mean whoever come to the condition that they can be enlightened. So that is the missionary of the Buddha, the purpose of he get reborn in the world. That is my understanding of welcome.
Yeah, to me the word welcome means it's like he come after he have perfected this very difficult 10 paramis. So he have perfected everything, then he come. That's my take. Okay. Yeah. Next we will go through the next earlier class, Vijaya Sacharana.
Sorry. Can I ask something here?
Okay.
So this bodhisattva, the definition of bodhisattva is Buddha to be. Does it mean to say that he was a stream enterer, or he was an anagami or something like that, then to be reborn on earth to be enlightened?
No, he's still a Putujana.
What is Putujana?
A lay person.
So that means
he has not enlightened or achieved any Arya stage.
Oh, so he actually jumpstart lah from bodhisattva become Buddha.
Can I just add in? Okay, the word bodhisattva means Buddha to be. Buddha to be, you have to make a vow in front of a living Buddha. Okay, and the present Buddha, okay, he was then Sumedha, okay, and he made the vow to be the Buddha to be in front of Buddha Dipankara. Okay, so that is the one of the criteria to be a bodhisattva, the Buddha to be, and the living Buddha in front, okay, will actually say yes or no and give the blessings. Okay, so it was yes lah. So after that vow is the Buddha to be lah, the bodhisattva, until he attained Nibbana. So it's a different category. A bodhisattva is a different category. It's not a putujana anymore. He's on the path of perfecting his parami.
So I hear nowadays people say they take the vow to be a bodhisattva, but they are not taking the vow in front of a living Buddha. Living Buddha means a person, a Buddha who was alive at that time. Is it?
Okay. The what you hear people taking a vow to be a bodhisattva, that is not Theravada Buddhism. That is Mahayana Buddhism. So be clear. Okay, that is a different thing.
Okay. All right.
Because the word bodhisattva in Mahayana context has a different meaning from Theravada Buddhism. So you cannot compare apple with orange because both have different definitions. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks. So what is the three words there? Noble aim, Buddho, Bodhiyam, Tino, Tariyam, Muto, Mochea. Sorry if I pronounced wrongly. What are those three words represent?
Okay, Tino, not Tino, something to do with tree. Tareyang is going across. Moto, Pichaya, something is the what you call that, the sensation of something lah. Then Bodhiya is enlightenment lah. So offhand I can only tell you that because I'm not prepared. These words did not come from me.
Can we find these words in the book? Can we find these three words in the book, the 9 Virtues book? Maybe I go back and read.
Not sure because I didn't see this word also. Maybe Sister Veronica can explain.
Yeah. Brother Bug, so sorry, I haven't read this also. Maybe I'll try to
excuse
find.
me.
No, those words are not in the book. I did a quick search.
Yes, it's in page 62.
62.
Oh, okay, all right. 62, thank you.
Yeah, I just want to add like what Sister was saying, whether this Bodhisattva have attained any of the Arya street, but definitely no, because if, for example, if you attain the first stage, the maximum lives, you can only live another 7 lives. It is the rule. It cannot exceed. But Bodhisattva, as well, we say from the time he do the vow until he become Buddhahood, he has gone through 534 lives. Yeah.
So this Sotapan 7 lives, is it 7 lives as a human being or 7 lives
maximum.
plus human lives? Sorry, human lives or Deva lives as well?
It will be. It cannot be lower than human.
Or any realm from the
except below the.
Okay.
That lowest is the human.
Okay, understand. Thank you.
If
So Alicia, the meaning of the Pali words all in the verse here.
Page 62, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sister.
It's inside here. Thank you, Sister Guifa.
Any more? If not, I will go to the next this chapter that we have learned. Third lesson, Vijaya Charana Sampanno, means endowed with knowledge and conduct. Anyone want to have a quick lead through? Anyone want to share? A quick one. Quick summary. Vijaya Charana Sampanno. Anybody who haven't shared anything want to just share?
Brother Heng, I just share a little of my
good.
understanding.
Thanks.
My understanding for this is actually it is not only important to know the knowledge, but we also have to practice. So that is my take for this chapter 3.
Yes, yes, very brief and apt. Anybody want to add? Go, Subang. Do you want to add?
Yeah, I suppose the words mentioned that through practice and cultivation, Buddha has attained the higher knowledges. The three of them, as stated at the slides, is that he can recollect past lives, and he has the divine eye, and the third knowledge is that the destruction of all the taints for deliverance. So on top of that three knowledge which he has cultivated, there's 5 other key knowledges that has been stated in the book. I guess that one we can go through, from insight knowledge, and very quickly goes to psychic powers, and also the divine ear as part of them. So as mentioned by the sister, knowledge is just intellectual. And I guess quite a few of us know that is the pariyati, the knowledge, but the practice and the what you call the development, the patipati and the pativeda is very important. So we go on to Buddha, who has actually, besides cultivating the intellectual knowledge, he has also perfected his paramis, his good deeds. And in the chapter, it is stated the 15 kinds of the good deeds that he has cultivated. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, sister, for the good explanation. Okay, the last two, the second last is a Sama Sambuddho, rightly self-awakened one. Yeah, anybody want to brief us? Sama Sambuddho. It's Brother Stephen. You want to share with us?
I'll speak on behalf of Stephen. Sama Sambuddho means without any teacher, just by his own efforts and supreme mundane wisdom, he attained full enlightenment without having someone to show him the path of the way, because all his other disciples and any enlightenment beings would be from following the path that is laid out. Yeah, so being a fully enlightened one, he attained incomparable supreme awakening. That means he's completely enlightened, got rid of all his defilements, and he's endowed with omniscient knowledge. That because he's got that, he had clear comprehension of all phenomena. That means he sees everything that it is impossible for us to even comprehend. And he has incomparable compassion towards all beings, and it is through his love and compassion for all other beings that he has been through such a hard path to become a Sama Sambuddho.
Okay, thank you, sister, for the detailed explanation. And the last one, the first lesson, Arahang, that means the worthy or accomplished one. Anybody? Sister Sio, maybe you have a friend?
Very briefly, Arahang is the worthy one. The Buddha is a worthy one because he's the destroyer of all his kilesas, and therefore he's worthy of our offerings. And he's also the destroyer of the spokes of the wheel of rebirth, and he's inaccessible by evil and devoid of evil deeds. I just read out the points. I think that sums it all up. Ken?
This is quite hard when you have to recall like that.
Brother Heng.
I think you are muted.
Brother Heng, I think you're muted.
Oh yeah. So that's all for the 9 attributes of the Buddha that we gone through all the classes. So now we come to the part where we will discuss from your experience of this class. Of course, earlier we mentioned what have you learned from attribute of Bhagava, then what attribute of the Buddha speak to you most. So the third one is, how have we been practicing with that attribute that closest to you? Like for example, you say Sama Sambuddho, that is an attribute that very close to you. How you practice daily to relate this? Anybody want to try?
Brother Heng, maybe what we should do for the benefit of the time that we have left, maybe we just off the slide and then we just open up for people to say what they want to say about the class, that we all learn together. I think that will bring more meaning to the class, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody want to share?
Maybe I go first.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I like to thank everyone for this opportunity for me to learn the Dhamma together with you. So I have learned so much from this 7 class that I had with you all. Although I thought I have 20 years of knowledge, but the 20 years of knowledge is still not good enough. And I am very happy to learn from friends like Stephen and PC Lim and John and Veronica and everyone here in the class. I think everyone has contributed a lot, Although Alicia did not contribute, but her question was very sharp. Her question was very sharp, and that leads to a lot of new answers, That also was very very helpful. And the Dhamma has changed my life. Not just the 9 tribute, the entire Dhamma. So I've written a small poem which I share in a class. Maybe I like to share here one more time again. It's about the 3 things I fear in my life. 3 things I fear in my life. So when I was a child, budak kecil, so I fear my mother, I fear ghosts, and I fear death. Right. Then when I grow up and go to school, I also fear 3 things. I fear my teacher, I fear ghosts, and I also fear death. I'm scared of dying. Then when I graduate and I go to work, I still fear 3 things. I fear my boss, I fear ghosts, and I also fear death. So this continue. Then when I met a woman, I fall in love, get married, I still fear 3 things. I fear my wife, I fear the ghost, I fear of dying. Then when I have children of my own, I still fear 3 things. I fear my children, I fear of ghosts, I fear of dying. But when I have contacted the Dhamma and studied the Dhamma and practiced the Dhamma, all my fear disappeared. So the Dhamma has brought a lot of meaning to my life. He gave me a full comprehension about who we are, what we are, and where we should be heading to. All right. So that is my sharing. And I also wish to inform you that for tomorrow's class, so unfortunate I cannot be with you because my nephew is getting married, and as an uncle, I have to go and drink the tea. So I've told Saleh, and I want to apologize to everyone here as well that I cannot be with you in a class tomorrow at 8:30. And I was just I was told it's going to be very expensive tea, a few $100. Yeah. All right. So I also wish that we can keep this WhatsApp group, the group that we have. Are you okay if we keep the group?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Sure.
I think the bonding that we have created, this will last for a lifetime. I will remember
It's
you
a
all.
fantastic
No,
bonding.
not only this live lah, but live after live.
Live after live.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope to see you again live after live. And like what TC Lim say, the separation is a type of dukkha. Yes, it is a type, but because of the kamanari, the kalina mita that we have built in this class, it's not dukkha actually. To me, it's a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, you know, to see y'all are so keen to learn the Dhamma, and I also, you know, inspired by all y'all to learn the Dhamma as well as we can. So with that, I think that's my remarks for everyone. So if I also want to say one more thing, if I have said something wrong or a harsh word or things that is offensive, I like to take this opportunity to say I am very sorry. I'm so sorry. Right. So Brother Heng, thank you so much for this opportunity. I have to say, Brother Heng. Brother Heng is given the chance to become the moderator because he has been promoted to become a facilitator for Group D. So we have to congratulate Brother Heng. You know, so wish Brother Heng all the best in Group D and have fun the way that we have in our class.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
thank you, thank you. Any others who like to share what your experience in this study group, or what have you learned, or what you want to add, or maybe what you think you want to say anything to improve? Yeah.
Can I go first or can I go
Yeah,
second?
sure.
I seldom appear and I seldom say my piece of mind, but I want to express my gratitude to this wonderful group, this newfound group of mitas where I feel so comfortable to throw in any question that just come into my simple mind, because as in the past, whichever group of classes I go in, I'm always the silent one, the invisible one. No one sees me or no one hears me. But with this group, I'm so comfortable that I tak malu or segan to just throw any question that comes to my mind. And I'm also so grateful that none of my questions were just turned down. Every one of you enlightened me in some way or another. So this is my deep appreciation and thank you. And yes, as Brother Buck say, let's keep this group alive, not only through WhatsApp. I was thinking if we are okay, maybe Zoom once in a month and continue our learning together. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Anumodana. Thank you, Sukihotu to all. Yeah.
Very good suggestion.
Yeah, it's very good that once a while we Zoom.
Yeah,
And maybe somebody, whoever got any doubt or question in the WhatsApp, then we find there's something to discuss. That is good. You know, normally when one question will lead up to others.
Yes.
There are so many learned brothers, sisters here. So it's really interesting
I
to learn.
strongly agree with the idea.
Yeah.
Probably once in a month we can on our own, then we can discuss about the Dhamma.
Yeah. And also not only discuss the Dhamma, also discuss about Abhidhamma, because I saw Brother TC Lim in Venerable Dhammananda's Abhidhamma online class that started last night. So whatever Brother TC Lim learns, maybe I can just clarify some matters with him. Okay, thank you.
So any brother, sister who like to share your thoughts, is a good opportunity so that we can.
Stephen here. I just want to say thank you. Can you hear me? Yes?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity, being so far away, to join in this group. It's so good, really, really good that we have interaction with so many people who know so much about the Dhamma. We've learned a lot. We practice every day, but mainly meditation and try a bit of asana and so on. But basically, we are very, very grateful. Thank you so much. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Stephen.
Sadhu, sadhu. Yeah, anybody?
Yeah, sorry, Sister Subang here, though I don't speak often, but because I need to take leave a little bit early to attend to my mother, so I guess I just take my turn now. Thank you so much. I learned a lot from you, brothers and sisters, everyone, each and everyone, and also from Sayale. And I guess all of us are onto the journey And we would like to, for myself, I aspire that whatever I have learned, it will be with me for many lifetimes from now, because it's important that it will support us through our journey. Okay, and I guess all of you, in one way or another, supported me in this journey. So thank you.
Yeah, so sister is going up soon. Why don't we take a group photograph before you go?
Yeah, do a class photograph. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good remembrance. Can everyone on the video so that we can have a good memory? Yeah, that's good. That's good. What about Sister Alicia? And
finally we
good, good, good. So if you're ready, I will take a snapshot. Ready? Just put on your nice smile. Just get ready. Okay, another one. Wait, wait, get ready. Smile. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe I just double check. Because although I've done few times, but it's better to check whether the photo is there.
Can we hear from Imamawati? Imamawati, maybe we can hear from you since we hardly see you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I take my leave and bye-bye. See you all in the
Yeah, sure.
Bye.
See you, sister.
Sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Bye.
See you all again.
Sister, Imamawati, want to speak any?
The internet line not so stable, that's why.
Oh, okay.
Yes, thank you, Brother Bugs, Brother
Yeah.
Tisili, Brother Faye, Brother John, and all Veronica. I really excited to learn Dhamma with you all. And thank you very much for very much information that I can take from this class. Maybe we can see in another class. Thank you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sister, I
Yeah.
see you tonight in tonight's class.
Yeah. Anybody want to chip in a few words or whatever? It's your
Can I
okay.
Yeah,
I just want to thank Brother Parks, Sister Veronica, Brother T.C. Miss Brother Heng, Brother John, Sister May, Brother Stephen, and everyone, every Kalyanamitas. I have learned a lot, because usually I chant, even though I chant in the morning, the Buddha Nusati, I just know the meaning only. Now I learn more than that. So, and since I signed up 10 days of Metta Bhavana last 10 days already over, I would like to wish every one of you, may all of you be free from all kinds of harm and danger. May all of you be free from all mental suffering, free from all physical suffering. May you all be well. May you all be peaceful and truly be happy. Sadhu, sadhu.
Yeah.
Brother Heng,
Yeah, sure.
I also want to say thank you to all of you, to Brother Bucks, especially who is my mentor also. I think I have to learn a lot from Brother Bucks and for Brother TC Lim also. I think he invited me for the Uposatha, so I have many things that I can learn from how they arrange the Uposatha puja, and also from our brother and sisters, because this is the first time I share in English, so I'm maybe I'm not so fluent. Hopefully you all can forgive me. But lastly, I'm agree maybe we could share again maybe in another Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
So if we have other to discuss, I'll be happy also to join. Thank you, brother and sister.
Thank you, Sister Veronica. Terima kasih. Yeah.
Yes, any more? Any sister, brother, sister, who want to say a few words?
Will you hear? First,
Yeah, sure.
yeah. First, I'd like to say, I'm very grateful to Sayale for this book, producing this book. I think it's my first time to really read in detail, in depth, and also have the chance to discuss with all our friends here, new friends, 9 attributes of the Buddha for 2 hours. So it's such a golden opportunity. And my gratefulness to Sayali, Susila. So I would like to share something about my history. When I first learned about the Dhamma in 2005, I was like a fountain with running water. I wanted to know so much about Buddhism, which I've been finding in English. I don't know how to speak Mandarin. So every time I'm reading Mandarin, and when I found that BM in English, I was so happy. So anyway, from 2008, 2009, 2010, I really did a lot of things in relation to. Actually, I took this diploma in Buddhism organized by BNV. Coordinator was Sister Kema, still is, in 2009. 5 courses plus Pali. I also signed up for Masters by Tan Siang. I also followed the Dhamma Speakers course. And I also had an admin post. So many things. I'm also a teacher at the Kajang Sunday Dhamma School. So many things. It's like Buddha was such an inspiration, but we only have 2 feet and 2 hands and 1 mind, and sort of torn apart. So I'm glad to say I finished the diploma, but I dropped out of the masters, and I also dropped out of the Dhamma Speakers course because I couldn't handle so many things. Masters, I took 5 courses, and Brother Wee kept chasing me and said, don't go. So you see how Buddha was so much an inspiration to me. And he said that when he made that aspiration with Buddha Dipankara, he was fortunate to have the opportunity to develop, practice his paramis. So I would like to think that all of us here also have this kind of opportunity in one way or another, an opportunity opening up to us. Conditions are conducive for us to learn the Dhamma. And I would like to say again that we hope Sayale would keep on writing, and in her own way, which is very simple, we can sort of understand and see how is it that we want to adopt in our daily life. So it's internalizing the Dhamma in our daily life. So thank you so much to all our friends here, and also for this golden opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Pelu. Thank you. I will send your personal message to Sally. I'll tell her that.
Okay, this is Sister Andrina. I just want to share a short one. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Brother Bucks, Brother T.C. Lim, Brother John, Brother Hing, and Sister May, and Brother Stephen, and also Sister Veronica, and all the Kayana Mita here, and also Sister Alicia especially, trigger a lot of beneficial question for us to actually share more in depth of the Dhamma for further understanding, which I truly appreciate. I also actually appreciate this group that whereby we are given the opportunity in a very relaxed mode that we can openly share a lot of Dhammas and our experiences and our knowledge that we have gained. So I find it's very beneficial, and I enjoy the Kayana Mita hood, the affinity to get together, and I'm very blessed to have all the learner Dhamma friends here that I have actually learned a lot, and I also highly, deeply grateful to Sayadaw Susila, which I actually met her many years ago on the the monastery in Penang. That was her first retreat I attended. And I have such a, what do you call it, happy to know her this lifetime. I also believe it's affinity with her. And I also learned so much from her. The way her teaching is very profound and very easy to understand as well. And I actually very grateful to meet all of you, to have so much knowledge that I actually learned so much from all of you. And may all be well and happy. May there be supportive condition for us to continue to walk this path to the attainment of the Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you.
Any more? Anybody want to share? What about Brother TC? We cannot leave you out from commenting.
Nama Budaya, Sukihantu, brothers and sisters. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Brother Bucks, Sister Veronica, and all fellow classmates here. Thank you very much. I think the fellowship that we nurtured within the last 7 classes were quite unique. Okay, and it really bonds us together. And also very grateful to Saile Susila for writing this book, 9 Attributes of the Buddha. Hopefully she will continue to write the qualities of the Dhamma and the Sangha in time to come, so that we learn all the qualities of the Triple Gem in total. And this concept of Dhamma Study Group is very unique because it bonds fellow Kayana Mita together in a small group, okay, about 20, 25 to 25, because too big a group, sometimes the bonding is not there because it's too distant. So the small group is a very good idea. And also, because it is also online. So sometimes some of us who are very shy, everything, we are still able to speak up. So sometimes we may not show our camera, we are willing to speak up. Like in physical class. Okay, in physical class, if you're shy, you will never speak up. Okay? Because you can never close the camera, everybody will. But online is different. Okay, I can switch off my camera, okay, and I say, you know, I will continue to say what I want to say. So that is the unique part, and it's very at ease, stress-free, and all of us are able to say what we want to say. Okay, there is no there's no ranking lah. Who is who, whatever, you know, it's cross all borders. So all drop all hand loose. So we are free to say what we want to say. That is the beauty. Okay, and in the course of discussion, whether we agree or disagree, we enjoy everything. We enjoy in the things that we agree, we also enjoy in the things, listening to things that we disagree. You know, there was no anger or ill will that comes up. No, it was so fun. Okay. I think it's a very good idea that once in a while we zoom in. Okay, but before we zoom in, of course, we must have something on mind. Otherwise, we zoom in, nothing to talk also.
I got a suggestion. The next zoom in now, we get Brother Lim to teach us the laughing yoga, because he's the expert in laughing, you know. So that's the first topic we have.
I stopped laughing for the past 2 years.
Hey, Brother Lim is a master, you know, in laughing. He is a specialist in laughing. So I think we should learn from him. So the next class will be about laughing. So we get ready to laugh.
Is it called laughing?
Laughing now. Sorry.
Is it called laughing yoga, Brother Lim, that you are teaching a laughing yoga?
I'm actually a laughter yoga teacher.
Oh.
And a laughter yoga ambassador.
Yeah, I tell you so. I told you so.
But my focus is actually is very different from others. Okay, I actually took up laughter yoga as a tool for me to actually penetrate into the world of the special needs so that I'm able to help them, to bring good health to them, bring joy and laughter to the needy, to the handicapped, to the sick, and to the aged. So with this as a tool, I was able to visit, including hospitals. I conduct laughter yoga in hospitals, okay? Because without this, who will invite me to go to the hospital? Okay. You get me? They will not invite me unless it's a Buddhist community. Okay, but then through laughter yoga also, in a way, I was able to actually to propagate the Dhamma without using the label Buddhism. I was able to sometimes talk on things that is actually fundamental Buddhist belief and concept, okay, to all, including Muslims, okay, except that I don't use the word Buddhism, so nobody knows that it's Buddhism. Okay, but Dhamma is Dhamma. We don't need a label. In fact, during the time of the Buddha, they don't call it Buddhism either.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was one of the benefits or blessings I have okay, through laughter yoga. But I stopped 2 years because of the pandemic, and that is why just before the pandemic, I actually started Dhamma classes through the help of sign interpreter for the deaf in Johor. Okay, but we started a few classes and then the pandemic came in, so that was a big hurdle to go forward. Hopefully things will be back to normal in a year or two. Okay, and I look forward because I recently, I think 2 days ago, was the International Day of Sign Language. Okay, and it's a very different kind of experience when you understand them, because most of us, we do not realize what we are doing. A very simple thing is when we talk about compassion, right? Compassion means we cannot see the suffering of others, but how many of us put effort to learn sign language? Because without learning sign language, how are we going to communicate with the deaf? And majority of people do not know sign language. They are not interested. So it becomes that we are being exclusive. We are excluding this group of community out of our lives. Okay, we are not including them. That means where is our passion? Okay, if we care for stray dog and stray cat, why can't we take care of fellow human beings? Yeah, that's my thought lah. Okay, thank you very much, and hope to see everyone soon. Take care.
We are very lucky. We got a laughing Buddha. Laughing Buddha in our
class. You are a true bodhisattva.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Okay.
Full of compassion.
Yeah, for me, yeah, I want to share that first thing is we are lucky to have a very good facilitator like our brother Bucks, and well supported by Sister Veronica. You see how they conduct the study group so well and very seamlessly. And also, I have a lot to learn from him, because today I'm the first time doing this facilitating. I have never done before. In fact, I'm a camera shy, even public speaking shy. So when he asked me, one day he called me up and said, Brother Heng, can you take up this? Without hesitation, I said yes. Although after that, my mind is running wild. Am I making the right decision? Because I haven't done before. But because of my steadfastness that I want to progress, you know why? Because I find that those who do facilitating, or who, let's say, have to do some leading on the Dhamma, they have to really go and read up and prepare myself. Like for example, like this morning, I'm preparing for the past 1 week, looking through all the, all the articles and trying to memorize. So I find that this way it really enhanced my knowledge. It's not just only facilitating, it's the enhancing of my knowledge of the topic more deeper. So thanks, Brother Bak, for giving me the opportunity. And also I would say that all this come out about because of my attendance in the Abhidhamma class. That's where I get to know that we have this study group. So one way leads to another. So, and because of this, I get to know another group of really good Kalamika, like all of you, you know, Brother T.C. Lim, brother and sister Stephen and me, and Brother John, all these sister, all the respective sister, really pose difficult and stimulating question. In fact, I come here to not say to learn, to find out how much I don't know. Really, I found that, I thought I know, but after that I say, this way, this not, the way I know is a bit shallow, so somebody explain more deeper. So I find that this one really wake me up that a lot of things I don't know. That's how I discover many things, which is very good. The thing is, this class is not just purely study group of that topics, you see. There's one thing good about that, you see. Because if you go to other study group, they may be very fixed to only the topics being discussed or being studied. So before I joined, my mind was thinking it's just a study group. Maybe it's very boring. How we're going to drag for 2 hours? But later we find that actually every class, Brother Park have to say that, time is up, have to move on. And the worst thing, we're supposed to do meditation. Most of the time, our meditation cut short. And today, we don't have meditation at all. That's to shows that, the class is so stimulating, so interesting.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, really, really very appreciate the opportunity to be in contact with all.
Maybe we do meditation first next time, huh?
Good idea.
Yeah, we miss out.
Next time, by 10 minutes or 15 minutes meditation.
Yes.
Yeah,
not towards the end. Yeah. Okay. Any more to add before we call off?
I think just add a bit. I think it's a good idea to start with meditation because it actually prepares the mind to absorb the Dhamma rather than at the end. Towards the end, just sharing of words. Yeah. Meditation in the beginning is a very brilliant idea.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and I also add in a bit that luckily with this Zoom, we can actually connect to friends, Dhamma friends all over the world. We see
in Indonesia, and also in New Zealand,
Veronica, Mawati, and many people all over the world. Yeah.
Yes. Because if normal time where we have to attend physically is so limited to that within maybe 10-20 kilometers that most.
I just want to add a couple of things, please. I must thank Brother T.C. Lim for giving us the opportunity to participate through Facebook on their Opusata Day celebration.
Yeah. That's why I also thanks.
Yeah. Me and I have been watching everything online, but because of time differences, we can't do the last one. But we do wake up about 6 o'clock in the morning and catch up with it. So Brother T.C. Lim, very much appreciated. And the other thing I like to say is if we do a Zoom, which is a great idea, we need to perhaps write down the topics that we want to talk about. At least we have got some idea what we're going to do. And then you can just follow that program just for I mean, it could be just our problems for the month or in terms of meditation or the Dhamma.
Any topics that we.
Yeah.
So I have retired, right?
No.
You start the
We
Zoom,
could-
Brother Buck, you start the Zoom and then you know.
Yeah, of course.
You still have got to be the MC, I think. You still got to be the MC.
Yeah, all
No,
of us.
I'm your friend. You know, I survive because of you guys are here. You know, it gave me a lot of pleasure. You know, to be part of this beautiful team. And of course, now that we know we have another laughing Buddha, I think we're gonna laugh a lot more.
I think we could even do a rerun of this program on certain topic that we think we want to drill in furthermore
deeper.
To understand more deeper.
Yeah.
So for instance, maybe topic class number 8 or class number 7, then we drill in further to understand. So it's a rerun and it's a refresh.
I agree with that. I agree with that. That's very good because I'm a slow learner. I need to repeat this one.
So
this is my habit. Repeat many times. Thank you.
Yeah, I think they registered in our mind longer once we do a rerun. Because in the very first class, we just get some superficial knowledge. Until we practice it, then we can throw out more questions and things like that.
Okay, I think now it's 1 o'clock. I think Brother Heng, you got to close the class.
Overshoot.
Yeah, overshoot by 1 hour. We're supposed to do 2 hours, now 3 hours. Just imagine, crazy. and that also, we did not do the meditation.
Brother
We have
Heng,
to allocate 3 hours next time.
Brother Heng is muted.
Brother Heng, you're muted. Let's do the transference of merit. I think Andrin supposed to lead us in the transfer of merit.
May I ask the permission? I will add a little bit more than the one that you show on the screen. Can I add a bit more? Because
sure, no problem.
So I return some sharing of merits other than the screen. Can we?
Not in the screen. Andrin, you read from your note.
Okay, so no need to screen. I read from my book.
Yes.
My writing.
Yes.
Okay, let's all be Anjari and compose our minds and to reflect all the past 7 classes lessons on the 9 attributes of the Buddha. We are so fortunate we came together with such a good affinity with all the like-minded friends and Kayanamitas to share this beautiful Dhamma have been taught by our beloved teacher, the Buddha, to nurture our minds, to straighten our views, and to strengthen our 5 spiritual faculties of Sattva, Virya, Sati, Samadhi, and Panya. May this goodness arises from this practice be the supportive condition to our cultivation to walk the Noble Eightfold Path with ease and fruition in this very lifetime till the attainment of Nibbana sooner possible. Through the goodness of arises from this practice also, may we never follow the foolish and may we have the conditions to meet up with the wise until Nibbana is realized sooner possible. May the merits accrued from our practice be shared with all our teachers, our worldly teachers and our spiritual teachers, especially Sayane Susila, who is so dedicated and sincere to guide us, sharing the Dhamma with us. May Sayane be well, happy, healthy always. May all her noble aspirations come true. By the power of all the meritorious deeds and action that our natures had cultivated from the distant past until now, may it be the supportive condition for us to always connect to the teaching of the Buddha in whatever existence we may be until the attainment of Nibbana. So it is. And I would like to also take the opportunity to do a blessing for the world. May the rain fall in due season, and may there be good harvest and good fortune all around the world. May the world be prosperous, peaceful, and harmony. May the governments, kings, and rulers always be righteous. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you.
Okay. So goodbye, everybody. Let's see it as soon as possible in the next Zoom where we
Yes.
arrange. Okay, we arrange through the WhatsApp. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Thank
really
you.
appreciate everybody.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
Take care, everybody. Goodbye. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good day tomorrow, Brother Bucks.
Yeah. See you.
Take care,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Brother
Bye-bye.
Steven, all the way from New Zealand.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Take
Okay,
care.
thank you.
Thank you. See you next time.
So I off lah.
See you
Okay.
soon.
See you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.